Uncle Mark here. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you're going to be pleasantly surprised. I was working on, I got my old F-150. I've had a few people complain in some of the videos that they hear it cranking really slowly. It's like, yeah, I know it needs a battery, but I'm kind of nursing it along. So, see advertised or on the web, there's these kind of things that can fix, batteries that are kind of going dead. Oh, you'll never have to buy another battery. Desulfator? Is that what it's called? So I thought I'd buy one. 50, 60 bucks, whatever it is, maybe less, maybe more. I'll put a link in the description as to one I used. And it looked like it was fairly fancy. It does a little more than most. Let's see how it does on two batteries I've got. Two batteries that are working right now. One's quite old, one's a lot newer. Let's see if we could get the cranking amps, cold cranking amps, up by using them. Because that would be the purpose of buying this tool. So the first battery is out of my F-150. It's an old battery. It's about 80 years old. It's got about 31,000 miles on it. It's even the little green light there. It should be green, that little clear thing there, or red. It's neither. So we'll do a little battery test here. We'll say it's out of the vehicle because it's unhooked. Yes, you do cold cranking amps. So I'll get it down to what it's supposed to be. I'll put a link in the description for this battery analyzer. It works not bad. Like for, just home use kind of thing. I don't think if I was a battery shop, you'd get a little better one. This one's rated at 750, so we'll put it there just that way it knows, okay, it's supposed to be whatever. So it says it's 750, but it's only measuring 535. So it's down. Still got 13 volts, but so I know I should have gloves on, but I didn't. Did this a couple times without gloves, and your hands get that sticky, acidy kind of stuff on it. You have to wash off. Kind of dangerous. So be careful if you're doing something like sparks can also cause an explosion. And eye protection in case you splash your stuff or there's a little explosion. I'm going to take this off because there will be pressure coming out of the battery. So for me, I thought, since they're fairly easy to remove. So you'll notice this first cell is low compared to the rest of them. So I was thinking of adding, and then I thought, nah, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Which was a good idea, because it actually comes up on its own a little later. This is a little machine that I got. It's supposed to be able to do that. It's a charger, plus it can do repairs to batteries. It's got that mode, I guess you can call it. This does a couple different kinds of batteries. So you just have to kind of scroll through what your battery type is. So I plugged it into AC wall current, and it takes about 16 hours for this thing to do its little conditioning or whatever it's doing. So you can go between lithium or lead batteries and some other kind of a battery, and then the repair mode. So that's what I'm in, actually going to be in the repair mode. See, it's actually saying DES. I guess that's short for the desulfation. Desulfation? You know what I mean. So let it cook its little thing. And as you can see, it's doing its little cycling, whatever it's doing. And the wind is winter. It's cold in here. I forget what the temperature is. But anyway, came back to it next day. It says it had ended. So I'll skip this process because I did this a couple times. So put my little battery analyzer on it. See what it says. What was it? 535, I think, before. So we'll set it so that it knows what the battery cranking amp is supposed to be. And 486, we went backwards. We've gone down. What's going on here? I want it up high. So I thought, well, it can't hurt to put it on again. And the next day, it was done. It said it was full charge. It did its little repair thing. Got my little analyzer out again. and the cell actually came up in the amount of liquid that was in it, and I didn't add anything to any of these, so I thought, okay, well, maybe I should take the battery out, and sometimes they say that if you can bang the battery around a little bit, jar it, I guess is the word, that it might help loosen up whatever kind of garbage is inside there or stuck to the plates. This is not easy to get out of the F-150. There's no handle, no room for your fingers, and the battery's pretty heavy. So I got it out, put it on my table here, made sure that, see there, it's the little bubble there, still doesn't show either. Well, there you go. Oh, I see green for a second. Oh, it flips into red and then gone.
A little green light?
Oh, well. I thought maybe it would show me something. I thought, oh, it's green. Yeah, and then it kind of went away. Whatever. So, make sure those are on nice and tight. And I gently kind of flipped it on the side to see they won't leak, will they? Who knows? So I thought, well, okay, we got away with that. Let's maybe tip it upside down. Let's get all the floaters in there, junk moving around. Try it again. You know, I'm just kind of tapping it around a little bit, jarring it a little more than probably would be in the truck. I wasn't really sure what I'm doing. I'm just doing what suggestions I've seen on the interweb. Rocked it around there a little bit again. Get everything all moving around. Could hear it glugging a little bit. So I thought, okay, stuff is moving and working around. Retested it just before I charged again, so it's at 584. Well, that's pretty good. It's getting upper. Is that the word? It'd be nice if we got like 650 out of it if it's a 750. So it's another 16 hours of cooking away. 656. So it's like, oh, I was pretty happy with that. And it's saying now it says that the battery's good, but recharge it again. So okay, we're getting up to where we need to be, I hope. No real instructions with this thing. Doesn't tell me. Now we're at 613. Gone down, right? Lost 43 cranking out amps. So did it again. I'll do a quick whiteboard review of these numbers after. 577. It's even less. Thought we were at 650 originally. We'll have to take a look and see what the numbers were. I can't remember already. Okay, we're at 605, so we've gone up again a little bit. Maybe that's as high as we're going to get to. So let's try the other van. It's a 2-year-old battery, I believe, out of the wife's Caravan. So it's 2 years old. The van is older, but the battery's fairly new. Went to do some tests on it too, and it doesn't seem to be cranking as fast as I would like it to. There's still some warranty on it. I might bring it back to them and see what they can do. I pressed this. I had it unhooked, so we said it was out of the vehicle just because it was unhooked from their circuitry. This battery is a little different. It's an 800 cold cranking amps. So again, the machine doesn't know what it's supposed to be at. But I guess it can figure between the number you give it and the number it's at if it's a good battery or not. Which makes some sense. So this should be 800 cranking amps. It's only 400. That's way down. And it's been starting pretty good over the winter time here. We had it not plugged in a couple times there. It started every time. We're doing really short trips with it too, so it never really gets charged properly from the alternator. But I have a little trickle charger hooked up to it, so when the block heater is plugged in, that's what we got to do in Manitoba, Canada, it's charging. And of course it stops charging that. So we're at 411. Where were we at before? We're at 410 or something. So anyway, you know, they claim all these things should just bring it back. And this battery, like I say, is kind of good. It's not an old battery. So I'll let it do its thing again. I don't know what you're thinking so far. I forget what I paid for this. 65 bucks Canadian maybe? So another 16 hours goes by. You think, okay, after these 3 or 4 times, it should be good. Pop the hood open. Got my gloves on because it is cold. And doesn't really tell you much there. Got my little analyzer out again. What do you think the numbers are going to be? Higher, lower? 400. It's like, really? Well, it's gone down a little bit. Half of what it's supposed to measure. So it's like, well, we did drive it a little bit the next day. And it measured back up to 480. So, a little drive. Let's do some more 16 hours overnight, I guess. Still a long way from that 800 cranking amps. Cold cranking amps, but it seems to be coming up, I guess. Especially if we can get it, I don't know what's, obviously it's not a new battery either. But, you know, some people say, oh, these things work 100%. Well, it's in repair mode. It can do a few things. I've seen some that don't even hook up to anything. You just hook up to the battery, and the battery itself does the powering of it. So one last check. Then I'll do my little review here, see what we've learned from these two examples. I wish I had a couple more batteries to try. No, 635. Okay, well, that's pretty good. Probably happy with that. So what do I think of it? Let's look at the data and just quickly and see if this did anything. So the truck, it was rated at 750, right? When we first measured it, not doing anything, it started at 535. It went down to 486. So it's like yowzers after running it. 613, 577, 605. So you divide the 486 to the 605, 2281 divided by 4. So it's, let's say, 609 cranking amps. It should be, 750. So let's take a look at the van again. 800. It started off at 400. We got it up 1 cranking amp, then it went to 635 at the very bottom. Divide all that by 4. It averages about 481, right? It should be 800. The difference is 635. Well, that's the end of the video. What did we learn? I guess it did help, but you figure every time I would turn this machine on, it took 16 hours. So basically, what do we do it? 4 times the battery or 5 times the battery? So if you're going to do that, put it on, go to sleep next day. It's going to take you 5 days per battery just to get the little bit up that I was able to nurse the batteries along on both of them. So basically 2 weeks of testing to find out. I'm not really sure. I would have liked to see it come right back, especially the one in the Caravan. That one's only a couple-year-old battery. I would have hoped it would come right up to what it was. Anyway, give me the thumbs up, please. If you like the video, you can subscribe. Down in the corner, of course, check out my other videos on both the Grand Caravans and the F-150s and a few others there too. Until next time, Uncle Mark saying you and your family stay safe. Bye-bye.
Remember to be safe. Your safety is your responsibility and should be priority number 1. Also, give me the thumbs up if you like the video. Plus, please subscribe and you'll get all the notifications. It's easy. The little dog will show you how. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
What's 5 times 16? So I don't know what to say. It did help a little bit. I had to spend many, many hours trying to do this. 1, 2, 3, test.